Welcome back, children. Today I am going to teach you the next part of the chapter Housing and Clothing. But before beginning today's part, let us recapitulate the most important points of the previous lesson. Number 1. The houses made of natural materials like wood, mud, straw, grass, bamboo, and thatch or sticks are neither strong nor long lasting. These houses are called temporary or kacha house. Number 2. The only advantage of kacha house is that construction material being natural is cheap and easily available. Number 3. They are found in villages as they are cheap and easy to make. Number 4. Apart from kacha houses, there are some other varieties of temporary houses like caravans, tent houses and houseboats. Number 5. A caravan is a house on wheel. It is usually a big vehicle like a van. Number 6. A tent house is a shelter made of some sort of fabric or canvas. Number 7. A wooden house made on a boat is called a houseboat. Number 8. In India, houseboats are used as accommodation for tourists, which are common on the backwaters of Kerala and on the Dal Lake near Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir. Number 9. An igloo, snow house, is a shelter constructed from blocks of snow, generally in a form of a dome. Number 10. Slate houses are houses raised on stilts over the surface of the soil or a body of water. Today we are going to discuss on clothing. What is clothing? Clothing is a thing which worn on the body. Clothing is typically made of fabrics or textiles. Why we wear clothes? Like a house, clothes also protects us from changing weather conditions and insects. Our clothes also protect us from cold, heat, rain and dust. Now we are going to discuss about female and male clothing. First, female clothing. In India, women's clothing varies widely and is closely associated with the local culture, religion and climate. Traditional Indian clothing for women in the north and east are saris worn with choli or tops and a long skirt called a lehenga or pavada worn with choli and the dupatta. While many South Indian women traditionally wear sari and children wear pattu langa. Saris made out of silk are considered the most elegant. Mumbai, formerly known as Bombay, is one of the India's fashion capitals. In many rural parts of India, traditional clothing is worn. Bindi is a part of women's makeup style. Indo-Western clothing is the fusion of Western and subcontinental fashion. Other clothing includes the churidar, kurti and kurta. The traditional styles of clothing in India varies with male or female distinctions. This is still followed in rural areas, though is changing in the urban areas. Now let us discuss about male clothing. For men, traditional clothes are the achkan or sherwani, band gala, lungi, kurta, angrakha and dhoti or pajama. Additionally, Western clothing such as trousers, shirts have been accepted as traditional Indian dress. Now we are going to discuss about contemporary clothing. During the 1960s and 1970s, at the same time as Western fashion was absorbing elements of Indian dress, Indian fashion also actively began to absorb elements of Western dress. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Western designers enthusiastically incorporated traditional Indian crafts, textiles, and techniques in their work at the same time. As Indian designers allowed the West to influence their work, by the turn of the 21st century, both Western and Indian clothing had intermingled, creating a unique style of clothing for the typical urban Indian population. We wear clothes depending upon the weather conditions of the place where we live. We also dress up according to the occasion or the place we go. For example, we wear a uniform when we go to school. We wear loose and comfortable clothes when we are at home or on a picnic. We wear bright colorful clothes when we go to a party. Now we are going to discuss about seasonal clothing. Why do we wear different types of clothes in different seasons? We wear different kinds of clothes in different seasons because the weather condition is different, and we wear clothes according to the climatic conditions. Different places have different kinds of climate. For example, in summer we wear cotton clothes because they absorb sweat. In winter we wear woolen clothes because it traps heat. The ideal clothing choices for summer are loose pants or long skirts with tops. Loose salwar kameez are also a good option. Colors like white, yellow, beige, and other light shades keep you cool because they reflect most of the sun's rays back into the atmosphere. Winter clothes are specially outwears like coats, jackets, hats, scarves, and gloves or mittens, but also socks, union suits keeps us warm. Winter clothing are clothes used for protection against the particularly cold weather of winter. Often they have a good water resistance, consists of multiple layers to protect and insulate against low temperatures. In rainy seasons, we generally use raincoats, umbrellas, and gumboots. Now, let us discuss about clothes according to the place and climatic conditions of India. Places like Delhi and Punjab experience summer, winter, as well as rainy season. In these places, people wear clothes according to the season. They wear loose, comfortable, and sweat absorbing clothes, generally made of cotton in summers to keep them cool. In winter, they wear clothes made of wool, fur, or skins of animals to keep themselves warm. They also wear raincoats and use umbrellas and gumboots to protect themselves from getting wet when it rains. Places like Kerala, Tamil Nadu, etc. experience hot and wet climate throughout the year. People living in these places wear light, comfortable, and loose clothes. Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh and other hilly areas face extreme cold conditions during most part of the year. In these places, people wear thick woolen clothes to protect themselves from the cold. Clothing in India changes depending on the different ethnicity, geography, and climate and cultural traditions of the people of each region in India. Historically, male and female clothing has evolved from simple garments like kopina, langota, dhoti, lungi, sari, gamcha, loincloths to cover the body into elaborate costumes not only used in daily wear but also on festive occasions, as well as rituals and dance performances. In urban areas, Western clothing is common and uniformly worn by people of all social levels. India also has a great diversity in terms of weaves, fibers, colors, and materials of clothing. Sometimes colors codes are followed in clothing based on the religion and ritual concerned. The clothing in India also encompasses the wide variety of Indian embroidery, prints, handwork, embellishment, styles of wearing clothes. A wide mix of Indian traditional clothing and Western styles can be seen in India. History of clothing in the Indian subcontinent can be traced to the Indus Valley civilization or earlier. Indians have mainly worn clothing made up of locally grown cotton. India was one of the first places where cotton was cultivated and used even as early as 2500 BC during the Harappan era. The remains of the ancient Indian clothing can be found in the figurines discovered from the sites near the Indus Valley civilization. The rock cut sculptures, the cave paintings, the human art forms found in temples and monuments. These sculptures view the figures of human wearing clothes which can be wrapped around the body. Taking the instances of the sari to that of turban and the dhoti, the traditional Indian wears were mostly tied around the body in various ways. Now we will discuss about fibers. Clothes are made from fibers. Many fibers, when twisted together, make yarn. These yarns are used to make fabric. One or more fabrics are then stitched together to make a dress. Fabrics are of two kinds, natural and man made. Natural fibers are obtained from the plants or animals. Plant fibers come from plants like cotton, jute, flax, etc. Animal fibers include wool and silk that come from animal hair, fur, etc. Man made fibers are also called synthetic fibers. Nylon, terry cotton, polyester are synthetic fibers. Clothes not only protect us from heat, cold, or rain, but they also make us look smart. To look neat and tidy, you should follow some of these steps. 1. Always wear clean clothes. The dirt in clothes has germs that can cause infections. So, clothes should be washed properly to get rid of dirt. Number 2. Iron your clothes well after washing them. Unironed clothes look untidy. Number 3. Wear clothes according to the climatic conditions and to suit the place where you are going. As we came to the end of today's lesson, let us discuss the important points. Number 1. Clothes also protects us from changing weather conditions and insects. Number 2. In India, women's clothing varies widely and is closely associated with the local culture, religion and climate. Number 3. For men, traditional clothes are the achkan, sherwani, bandgala, lungi, kurta, angrakha, dhoti, pajama, and for women, sari, lehenga, kurta, kurti, etc. Additionally, Western clothing such as trousers and shirts have been accepted as traditional Indian dress. Number 4. Both Western and Indian clothing has had intermingled, creating a unique style of clothing for the typical urban Indian population. Number 5. We wear different kinds of clothes in different seasons because the weather condition is different and we wear clothes according to the climatic conditions. Number 6. Clothing in India changes depending on the different ethnicity, geography, climate and cultural traditions of the people of each region of India. Number 7. History of clothing in the Indian subcontinent can be traced to the Indus Valley Civilization or earlier. Indians have mainly worn clothing made up of locally grown cotton. India was one of the first places where cotton was cultivated and used even as early 2500 BC during the Harappan era. Number 8. Clothes are made from fibers. Many fibers, when twisted together, make yarn. These yarns are used to make fabric. One or more fabrics are then stitched together to make a dress. Number 9. Clothes not only protect us from heat, cold, or rain, but they also make us look smart. To look neat and tidy, you should follow some of the steps. Like, always wear clean clothes. The dirt in clothes has germs that can cause infections. So clothes should be washed properly to get rid of dirt. Iron your clothes well after washing them. Unironed clothes look untidy. Wear clothes according to the climatic conditions and to suit the place where you are going. Now memorize and learn these spellings. Experience, comfortable, loose, absorbing, throughout, fibers, yarn, fabric, flax, synthetic, polyester. Home assignment. Now girls, please take out your science copy and paste the following pictures on the white side of the pages. Any 4 kinds of permanent house in the first page. Any 4 kinds of temporary house in the second page. In the next page, paste pictures of clothes in India. You can also draw the pictures. Now, do the following exercises in your science copy. State whether the following statements are true or false. Number 1. We wear loose and comfortable clothes when we are at home or on a picnic. Answer is true. From 2 to 7, please do on your own. Now the next one is tick the correct answer. Number 1. Igloos are built of option A wood, option B snow, option C canvas, and the answer will be snow. From 2 to 5, please do on your own. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. People living in hilly areas or in dash areas build houses with dash roof. So, the answer will be people living in hilly areas or in coastal areas build houses with sloping roof. Now, from 2 to 5, do it on your own. Answer the following questions. Number 1. Why do we need a house? Answer. A house is a place where we live. All living beings such as animals, birds, humans need a place to live. It keeps us safe from bad weather such as harsh summers, rain, storm, and other natural disasters. That's why we need a house. Question number 2. What are permanent houses? Give their advantage and disadvantage. Answer. Houses made of brick, cement, iron, steel, and concrete are very strong and cannot be shifted from one place to another. These houses are called permanent or pakka houses. Advantage of permanent houses. These houses are durable as they last for long time. Disadvantage of permanent houses. These kind of houses are expensive to construct because the materials used in them are costly and more labor is required. Question number 3. What are the differences between a single-storied house and a multi-storied house? Answer. The difference between single-storied and multi-storied house are as follows. Single-storied house. Number 1. A single-storied house has only one floor, but a multi-storied house has multiple floors. Number 2. A single-storied house is built in a place without any land space limitation. A multi-storied house is built in a place where limited land is available. Number 3. A single-storied house is built for only one family. Number 3. A multi-storied house is built for many families. Number 4. A single-storied house is constructed generally by owners. Number 4. A multi-storied building is constructed by builders and sold to buyers. Number 5. A single-storied house mostly do not have extra facilities within their premises. To enjoy these facilities like park, swimming pool, they have to go to other places. Number 5. Most of the multi-storied buildings have facilities like park, swimming pool, etc. within their premises. Question number 4. What is a temporary house made of? What is its advantage? Answer. The temporary houses are made of natural materials like wood, mud, straw, grass, bamboo, and thatch or sticks. Advantage of temporary house. The only advantage of temporary house is that construction material, being natural, is cheap and easily available, and comparatively less labor is required to build them. Question number 5. What is stilt? Where is it found? Answer. A house made on long pieces of wood or metal is called a stilt. Stilt houses are found in places where the flood is common and the ground is wet or very soft. People living in coastal or hilly areas build this kind of house. Question number 6. Give 3 features of a good house. Answer. A house can be big or small, single-storied or multi-storied, but it must have the following things to be a good, comfortable house. Number 1. It should be well ventilated to receive plenty of sunlight and fresh air. Number 2. It should have doors and windows with varnish on them to stop insects from coming in. Number 3. It should be clean, tidy and free of germs. Question number 7. What should we do to look neat and tidy? Answer. To look neat and tidy, we should follow some of these steps. Number 1. We should always wear clean clothes. The dirt on clothes has germs that can cause infection, so clothes should be washed properly to get rid of the dirt. Number 2. Iron your clothes well after washing them. Unironed clothes look untidy. So, complete these works in your exercise copy. Thank you for today.